Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ramadan. I'm going to be doing a Battlefield 3 video for you guys today. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. Hopefully you guys will find it to be something interesting, and for the topics that I do have selected, I do hope that you guys will take the time to rate the video in a positive manner. Of course, that is always up to you. Your choice is completely up to you, and the overall perception of how the video will perform is, again, up to your standards or anything of that assortment. So, anyway, guys, with that out of the way and all that information basically announced to you guys, I will be pursuing onward and talking a little bit about Battlefield 3, and then later during the commentary, I am hopefully going to be talking about a different genre, giving you guys a little bit of information and allowing you guys to choose which one you are going to be more interested in, or if you will participate in it at all. So, as a lot of you guys know, Battlefield 3 is an amazing game. Of course, that's what you're watching. So, anyway, the main gist of it is, guys, I really enjoy the game. I find it to be a lot of fun. Of course, I have placed my time into the game. I do understand the fundamentals, and I continue to tell you guys this on a consecutive basis. The main fundamentals of Battlefield 3 are a little bit more debated on different things. You know, you do have gun balancement, the helicopters, tanks, the vehicles, the overall assortment of everything, and the map layout. And Battlefield 3 has always been a game that I'm always interested in. I've always played it and always gone back to it, and I probably always will go back to the Battlefield series. Battlefield is just an amazing game. The reason I say that is because you look at the past, the history of the game, and I mean, I've played them all, which is weird, because looking back, I never would have thought that. You know, I looked back and I was like, man, I played a lot of the PS2 ones, and that's back when you could like switch between characters when you were playing the campaign. I don't know if you guys remember, but I want to say it's like Battlefield 2 or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but I know it was for the PlayStation 2, which I actually played, and it was a lot of fun. And I remember if you hit like Y, or maybe it was up on the D-pad, you could switch characters. And I remember like you had different assortments, different characters. Some would have the assault weapons, some would have like launchers and stuff. And looking back, like I didn't really know what was going on. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot people. This is fun, and it was always fun. I mean, I always enjoyed it. But it's weird to look back and be like, man, you know, the games really weren't that great back then. Now you look at them now and you're like, well, I think the same thing when this game is out of its prime, and probably when we'll probably look back on Battlefield 3 or Bad Company 2 and be like, you know, that game was just really bad. You know, it had really bad graphics, whatever. And the reason I say that, like, look 10 years from now, you know, hopefully Battlefield will still be in its prime, but by then, 10 years, they should almost have 5 new Battlefields released, and it'll just be something where you guys will look at it and be like, well, man, what was I doing back then? I was just wasting so much time. Like, it didn't make any sense. The logical sense behind it was just so evaporated. Like, it'll just disappear. It'll cease to exist. And you'll look back and you'll have some fond memories, of course. You always remember when you jihaded a tank, or you blew up a helicopter with C4 by jumping in the air, did some kind of like 360 with a sniper rifle, whatever. Of course, you always look back on those and you always look in the highest manner, and you always look at them as a positive manner. But I don't know, I just got to thinking about that. I was like, you know, it's just, it's weird to look back on some of the Battlefield games and be like, man, that's what I did for a large majority of my time, and, you know, I had a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully you guys will feel the same way. I do know I'm talking about that in the Battlefield term. You can always go back and look at that in the Call of Duty term. You can look at it the first time you ever hit your 360 wallbang collateral in Call of Duty. Halo, you could say the first time you ever, you know, teabagged a grunt. I don't know. Whatever you're choosing to place into the highest regard. You know, it can be a little bit more perception of how you view it. Of course, your perception is completely different than anyone else's, so it makes a lot more logical sense when you place that into an account. But anyway, guys, the main gist of the commentary was, I don't know why that popped into my head, but I decided to share it with you guys. I know this commentary is going to be a little bit more random than I enjoy, but I don't know, it's just something thought I'd talk about. But as a lot of you guys know, Battlefield 3 is still in its prime, of course. There's no Battlefield game right now that's currently overtaking it, or anything that in my mind would say that is going to overtake it. I mean, Call of Duty, don't get me wrong, fun game, it has its moments, of course, like any game. Battlefield has definitely had those as well, but I still think Battlefield is probably a little higher in my regard, but again, that's perception. But as a lot of you guys know, in-game is going to be coming out here in March. I mean, that's about a month and however long, depending on when they release it. I'm looking forward to that. I don't really know any of the specifics about it. I know there's going to be, you know, motorcycles, that's what I was thinking of, and that'll be fun. I don't know if that's going to be something interesting or not. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be doing some ramps and stuff like that. I know the trailer suggested blowing up a helicopter that way. That should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys will, of course, you know, participate and, you know, buy it, or if you're a premium member, you've already paid for it. And I presume that's going to be a lot of fun. But when it comes down to it, the assignments, that's what I'm really worried about, or more interested about, I guess, in that perception or that topic. But I hope that they actually add an M16 camo. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the M16 overpowered, blah, blah, blah. You know, we've all heard that before. it's nothing new. But I still want the M16 to get a camo. The M416, which is quote-unquote the new god weapon of Battlefield 3, it has a camo, and you don't hear anyone complaining about that weapon that often. So I'm hoping that the M16 will get a little bit of limelight. I'm tired of all these awful weapons in Battlefield 3 getting camos, like the LSAT, the F2000, the PP19. You know, the list goes on. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, I like that weapon. Well, that's great. I don't like it, which is maybe a little bit, again, on the perception side. But you know, I would like to see a weapon that actually is good get a camo. I'd like to see a weapon that is, you know, United States based, like the M4A1, M16. Could even be the AK-47 or 74M. You know, I don't care. I want a camo for one of those guns. I don't care. I just, DICE, come on. Give us some good camos now. Quit giving us these horrible weapons that nobody wants to use, like the Peshenig. Why would I want a camo for that weapon? That thing is a piece of crap. If you're a PC guy, maybe you like it because I know you guys can counter recoil a lot better. I promise you on console it absolutely sucks and it's the worst weapon I've ever used in my life. Unless you bipod, then it's amazing. But I don't bipod weapons. But anyway guys, I want to talk a little bit about Call of Duty, give you guys a little bit of information. Double XP for Call of Duty is going to be this weekend. If you guys would like to play with me or anything like that, you guys can always add me. You know, my gamer tag is on screen. If you look in the bottom right corner, it's nerd mode on. It's not that hard to, you know, copy and stop the thing. Go with 720p, look at it, type it, and that's about all you got to do. But if you guys want to play, you know, hit me up. I'm always more than willing to play with you guys. I'm going to be playing pretty much Nuketown 2025, or I think that's how you pronounce it. And that's pretty much all I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be recording a lot, and I'm going to hopefully you guys will get to see me own some kids. You know, I'm going to try to mark up my kill streaks a little bit. You guys probably won't be seeing anything crazy like dogs, because I've never been a high player to, you know, increase my score streaks. Man, I cannot talk. That is unfortunate. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be, you know, using a little bit of higher things. I'm going to hopefully put on some AGRs and some good stuff like that. But again, you guys will probably be seeing a lot of UAV and counter UAV because I am a support player. That's what I pride myself on, and I do appreciate when you guys overlook some of the things and be like, hey, this guy didn't get, you know, 700 kills with this kill streak because he actually wants to use his gun for once. Which I always find interesting when you see gameplays on YouTube when you're like, man, this guy went 70-2, but you're like, oh, well, unfortunately his kill streak got 52 kills. You're like, okay, so he didn't really do that great. And again, that's perception. I mean, if you guys like seeing stuff like that, that's awesome. I probably will never be bringing that stuff to you guys because I don't use high kill streaks, but you know, of course, you're always more than willing to like what you like. I mean, it's just how YouTube is. It's a land of so much opportunity and so many people have different gameplay. Everyone uses completely different things. Sometimes you'll see a lot of similarities and differences, but when it comes down to it, if you like how high kill gameplay, you're always going to find somebody that makes the videos of it. But anyway, guys, that's really all I got for you guys. I just wanted to inform you guys that Call of Duty is going to be having a double XP this weekend, so if you want to participate in that, you're always more than welcome to. Again, you guys can add me and we can play together, but that's really about it. I probably won't be doing a whole lot. I'm going to try to record as much as I can, and this weekend should be interesting. I have a lot of stuff showing up for today, and that's really about it. So I'll see you guys in the next installment. This is NMO, always signing off, and that's really about it. So see you guys then. Peace.